Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca from My Darling Cupcakes, and today's video segment actually comes from someone who wrote into Facebook. This comes from Allison, who says, "Hey Rebecca, do you have any tips on where to purchase a cupcake stand or how to hand make one?" Allison, that's a really great question. I'm glad you asked. Today I'm actually going to show you some purchasing tips, and I'm also going to show you how to make a couple of your homemade cake / cupcake stands, and I'm actually making two for less than $13. So come over here, I'm going to show you guys several different choices to choose from when picking out cake or cupcake stands. This is actually tailor-made for a cupcake stand. You can see it's got these little crevices to hold individual cupcakes. It holds, I believe, 18 cupcakes. It's cute, it's a tree, it's a nice height. I'm not really particular to this because it's just something you can buy in the store, so it's pretty common. It does the trick in a pinch, but I prefer something different. So I'm going to move this over here for the time being. Now, you guys have seen this cake stand before. I actually got this from an antique store, which I really love to go to them because these things have been out of circulation for a while. I believe that this cake stand is about 30 years old, and I picked it up for a steal. I got it for $35. You can also go to garage sales and pick up other ones, and this is going to pretty much ensure that you get a unique looking cake stand. Now, $35 in my budget is still kind of pricey. So I'm going to show you guys how to make your own cake stands, just using normal household items that you can repurpose. Now, over here, I've got a vase that I've taken from another room in the house. So you can see here, it's got some black rocks, it's got a flower. We actually had this at our wedding, so we've kept it all these years. And I want to use this kind of as a focal point, but I'm going to make a cake stand that kind of mimics this. Now, I don't necessarily want to destroy my vases that I have by having to put hot glue on them, so this I'm just going to show you how to make a temporary one. You've got to be careful when making these when you keep an eye on them, because you don't want people to tip them over since they aren't permanently bonded together. So take a couple of the same black rocks that you see here, put them in the bottom of this bowl. It's a smaller fish bowl. So you see just a few little rocks. Gently put them in here. Let me move this over to the side. So you see there's just a few rocks in the bottom. I'm going to take one of the same type of flowers that you find in here, and you can get these at a craft store. The rocks, the flowers, the bowls, you can get them all in one place. And you see here I put that right in the bottom. I'm just going to take a plain glass dish, put it over the top, and see, you've got yourself a little cake stand. Now, you got to be careful with this because it does move, so you want to make sure to keep an eye on it, but for the most part it should be good. You see, it kind of matches together, so you've got a really nice centerpiece here. But, say, that's all fine and dandy, but you really want to make one for keeps, one that you can have around the house for a while and you can use time and time again. I'm going to move this out of the way real quick. Put this over here. And this is where the fun starts. So, I went to just your normal department store, and I kind of just fumbled around in the home goods section, and I found some really cute tips on how to make your own cake stand. See, this is just a plain plate. I bought it just in the normal store. It cost me just a few dollars. I really liked this kind of antique look and these little dollops right here. And I also picked up just a plain candle holder. It's you can pick it up in your normal home goods section, and like I said, this cost me all of maybe $5. I'm going to come in here with my hot glue gun. It's already heated for me, and I put a piece of paper towel down and a piece of just cardboard because you don't want it to get through to your table. I'm going to come in here with my hot glue gun and just kind of pipe some of this glue all along the ridge of this. You don't have to be super clean because you're really not going to see the bottom. Too much to speak of. Come in here. Get a little bit more. You want to get a really good layer on here because you want this to stick really, really well. So come in here. And while this is setting aside for just a few minutes, I'm going to put another glue stick in here so that can start warming up. Now, oops. got my candle stick here. I'm going to come in, make sure it looks pretty even. Shift it around just a bit. Okay. So that looks pretty even, looks pretty good. Right here, I've got my own cake stand. Took me maybe 5 minutes. It's permanently adhered. See? Costs $5 and it looks antique. So you've got that option. Now, for just about another $7, I'm going to show you how to make another cake stand, and it's actually going to be two-tiered. So you're going to get height and volume for, like I said, about $7. So right here, again, I went into my just home goods section. I picked up an ice cream bowl and another ice cream sundae cup. I picked up 2 glass dishes. These cost me just maybe $1. So I'm going to come in here, flip it over, and again I'm going to glue my hot glue gun right along the edges. And again, you want this to have a pretty decent coat. Pick that up. And the great thing is, since this is clear glass, you're not really going to notice any of this glue mark. Alright, that's one. And I did get 2 different sizes. It's important to get 2 different sizes dishes if you're going to make a stack. The great thing about this being a clear dish is I can kind of easily see where my center is going to be. Push down, hold, and you can see it's already holding on pretty well. Now for this, I don't think I want my 2-tiered cake stand to actually adhere in the center because I really want to clean in here too if I put cakes in there. So I'm going to make sure that these are not attached at the base, but I'm going to attach this other smaller one to its dish. Now I'm choosing to flip the sundae cup over so that way I have matching lines. You want it to be really fluid. I'm going to come in here with my hot glue gun, quickly put some of these along the side. Just glue in here a little bit. And you can pick up a hot glue gun. I just got one of these small ones at the craft store. It costs maybe just a few dollars. I've also got some of these glue sticks on hand because you don't want to run out of glue while you're putting some of this glue on here. Okay, so you got some of these stragglers here. Alright, now we want to put this on in our center. Okay, there you go. So now you've got this 2-tiered cake stand. You see over here, it's got some really nice height to it. It's a really lovely piece. It's unique. It's not something you're going to find anywhere else because you've done it yourself. So it's totally unique to you. Now what I'm going to do to kind of dress it up a little bit more because it looks a little bit plain is I've got some of these beads that I picked up from the craft store. They're just little floral arrangements you can buy for maybe $1 or so. And I'm going to come in with some of my sticky dots that I use all the time. I really advise buying some of these because they stick so well and you can use them in just about everything. So I'm going to come in, take a couple of these little dots, put them on some of these little strands, and I'm going to actually put these around the base of my cake stand. Okay, right here. Really quickly, come in, stick it on here, and you see it's sticking really, really, really well to this glass. And I want to kind of stagger it around. You can see there, probably going to put maybe one more piece on here. How about this one? If you don't want it to be too much, put one more of these sticky dots on. Okay, come in here, wrap it around. And the great thing is these are kind of wired floral arrangement so you can bend it and manipulate it. But you see here, with just a quick little addition of that, I've added some color and I've added a little bit more charm. You could also go in and do the top tier too if you want, but I've shown you some really great hints as to make your own, how to purchase them, and generally just using household goods to repurpose and make something your own. Again, my name is Rebecca and I'm from My Darling Cupcakes. If you have any questions or you have any video tips, please send it over to Facebook at www.facebook.com/mydarlingcupcakes. As always, have a wonderful day.